Hi everybody, today's video is an exciting one because I love putting makeup to the test and I love finding great deals and not having to spend a lot of money to get high performing makeup. And I have just found through the years there are so many amazing drugstore options for a lot of the finer, higher end products that are out there. Some of those are worth it, but if you can find a great dupe, why not? So that's what today's video is all about. I'm going to do half of my face, let's say my left side, camera right, high-end makeup. My right side of the face will be lower-end makeup, things that I found in my local Target, drugstore, you name it, all of those brands that we're so familiar with. So that's what we're going to do, and I hope to save you a lot of money during this season of spending. I'm also going to do, I think, probably a holiday makeup look apropos, right? So this would be a little bit more of a, let's say, stronger lip. We'll do a red lip. There are so many products that I generally use over and over and over again. And it was really neat for me to get out there and find dupes for those products. Fingers crossed, I have not tried any of these out yet. This is a first. Everything has been unwrapped and unpackaged. And wait, there's a receipt somewhere. Voila. So here's what was spent yesterday, and we're going to see if any of this can outdo and outperform those fancy pants products that we sometimes think we have to spend money on and we may not necessarily need to. So I'm going to pull the hair back and let's get started. First of all, this is probably the palest you've ever seen me. You know, it's December. I'm easing up on the self-tan, so I am also finding foundations that are better matching my natural skin tone while I just, who cares? You're covered from head to toe. All you see is a face. What's the point? I have really been excited about this high-performing foundation. This is Oxygenetics Oxygenating Foundation. I read about it because it's great for people who have rosacea. It doesn't have all the junk in it. It's really good for calming the skin, and it has great coverage. So I have been using that, and I'm going to do that on the, like I said, the left side of my face. And then I will tell you about the dupe that I found drugstore wise for the right side. I have moisturizer on and I am ready to go. But sometimes when you have sensitive skin, you can really feel the makeup by the end of the day irritating your skin. It's almost like you can feel the inflammation or little pustules starting to form. And with this foundation, by the end of the day, my skin feels great and calm and absolutely no issues. And I've really loved the coverage. So if I can find a dupe for this for all of us, amazing. This, by the way, is just a great product in general. So if you have skin issues where you have sensitivity or redness, first of all, I can't say enough about it and how much I've been really enjoying the wear. This is kind of odd, trying to go down half the nose, but okay. Coverage on this foundation is buildable. That was just one pump, and I honestly may just need a little bit more here in the chin area. Just letting you know, I have selected 2 brushes for each product. All of my brushes are clean. I want to make sure everything's getting a fair shake here. All right, so speaking of clean, the one that I have found that in my research proved to be sort of a clean product like the Oxygenetics, really good for sensitive skin, is CoverGirl Clean Invisible Foundation. It's vegan and cruelty-free, fragrance-free, buildable coverage, lightweight formula, dermatologist tested, won't clog pores. As you know, it's a little challenging. Actually, both of these I ordered from the Oxygenetics I got on Amazon, and this one I just picked up in the drugstore. So again, I don't know how everything's gonna work color-wise, but I'm trying my best. This color is just a tiny bit lighter, as you're probably seeing. It actually matches my skin, but the Oxygenetics had a bit more warmth to it. All products will be listed in the description portion of the video as well. Coverage-wise, I'd say they're about the same. I could have gone just a shade darker in the CoverGirl. Oxygenetics side, CoverGirl side. Wear-wise, the Oxygenetics is a little bit more matte than the CoverGirl is. Okay, on to eyelid primer. So my higher end is going to be Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is a primer I have used for years on this platform. You guys know that this primer will really lighten the eyelid, cut that redness, and provide a wonderful base, so to speak, for eyeshadow. The dupe that I'm using for my eyelid primer, I actually found on Amazon. I couldn't find any eyelid primers in the drugstore, which I thought was so odd. So this one's by a company called Sorme, S-O-R-M-E, Accent. So I apply with the brush. Again, very similar to the Anastasia Beverly Hills. See how it just kind of whitened the entire eyelid? This is more of a cream. The Anastasia was a liquid. Both kind of dried to the same finish. I would say both have the same look to them, right? Okay, let's move on to the eyebrow. Of course, the brow queen herself. I'm going to go with the Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the Brow Wiz pencil in Auburn. You guys, I know I've done the lift and snatch and I've done the pens, but I'm going to do a pencil that has a little buffer brush for a little bit of a softer brow effect. And I'm just applying it literally the same way I do the brow pen. Just little strokes and feathering upward. I hope you caught the podcast with Anastasia Soiree. She is such a fascinating woman with a great story. And her new book is out, and I'm just such a big fan. Even if my dupe does better or as good as hers, you know, you just cannot beat her brow products and her story. Okay, so it's got the spoolie, and I'm just going to soften it with the addition of the highlights around my face. A little bit more of an auburn brow color is suiting me best. Okay, so the dupe. It is by NYX. It is not lift and snatch, no. It is their micro brow pencil, so it's essentially the competitor to the Anastasia Beverly Hills, the same thing with a fine tip pencil, and this color, Auburn. Not all Auburns are created equal, so it may have a slight variation in shade. We shall see. I would say it's a little bit more orangey. Y'all, this is going to be funny, me going through the day with one half my face one way. I have to say I prefer the color of the Anastasia pencil. Performance-wise, they're pretty similar as I apply it, but the auburn in the NYX is just a little too orange for my taste. It doesn't look as realistic. Now, I would say if you have really red hair, this would be a great match for you. Okay, let's move on to eyeshadow palettes. I have cleaned out a lot of eyeshadow palettes. You're not supposed to keep them for very long, and I found that a lot of my palettes were just older that I featured here on this channel. I held on to one. I just love it so much. It's by Dose. It's called Pretty Cool, and the colors are just right up my alley. You know, it's like 50 shades of neutral, brown, but it does have kind of a khaki green in here and variances of brown from lighter to darker. So I'm going to use this one on my left side. And I also want to tell you, I have this great dry clean product by Sephora, and I have cleaned all my brushes with this. The wonderful thing is you literally spray it on a tissue and then you swirl the brush in and it's immediately usable. So I've cleaned all my brushes, and I will kind of clean in between eyeshadow applications as well. So like I said, everybody's getting a fair shake. Okay, I'm gonna go in with the lighter color here on my lid. And you guys, I like to mix colors a lot. A little tap of the green. And by the way, I've got all of these colors in the competitor's eyeshadow kit as well. Now I'm going to use the darker. And now just a blending brush with no color in it, just to smooth that out. Let me just clean these brushes real quick, spray it. Literally just take my 3 brushes and go like that. Isn't that great? There's the residue, and now I have clean brushes to use. So the competitor palette, this is interesting. I've never seen this, Pacifica. Look how similar these colors are. Now granted, they've got some lighter ones on the lower side that I'm not going to use, but when I hold up these two, if you look at the top rows, Pretty doggone close, right? So I just wanted to give it a fair shake. Everything that I was finding was like vegan and cruelty-free, which made me so happy. So I'm going to do, okay, these top 3 colors right here, 1, 2, and 3, really mimic the 3 that I combined from the Dose palette. So I'm just gonna give it a whirl. Like I said, may not be an exact, but I hope to get close. Pigment on these is great. I mean, just like the other one. Okay, run, don't walk, and get this palette. This is a phenomenal eyeshadow palette. First time I'm using. Love. That took all of 2 seconds, and those colors are just popping. And look, it's an identical match, so I got really, really lucky. Bonus, I now have all of these lighter colors that I can use as well to create different looks. Okay, you guys, that's an amazing comparison. That's really, really wonderful. Next up, eyeliner. This one is by Kosas. It's Stargazer. The color is Hypnotize. It's a dark black, kind of a gel eyeliner, retractable. And I'm going to go in now in Tightline. This is such an important product for us ladies in midlife. I know that we oftentimes complain about eyeliner running and moving into the lower eyelid area and smearing and smudging. So finding a really, really solid, stay put, kind of a gel, easy to put on liner is important, but most important is that it stays put. So this one I'm going to be paying really close attention to by the end of the day to check on wear and tear, shall we say. Our competitor is by Wet n Wild. This is breakup proof, waterproof, gel retractable eyeliner in Black Noir. I've never used this one before, so let's see how it goes on. Super easy. The other thing I look for in the lower end or the less expensive product is pigmentation. Sometimes I find that it's not as strong in color, and I am absolutely not finding that to be the case today. So far with everything, I would say there's less pigmentation in the foundation, but other than that, everything has been match for match and equal. Okay, so this applied really, really well. It says it's waterproof. Is it midlife proof? We're gonna find out. Alrighty, so a liquid black eyeliner. I've used this so much, it's absolutely worn out. I think it's by Kat Von D, it looks like it. Tattoo liner, yeah, I believe that's Kat Von D in black. It's just a liquid pen eyeliner. You shake it, it's got a fine tip point. So I like to come in and I just do my outer wing. I don't even close my eyes with this one. I kind of do it sort of half open, if that makes sense, because I want to see where that little flick is happening to give me just a teeny bit of a lift. And the competitor, very same, Epic Ink Liner by NYX Lift and Snatch in black. Exact same concept. Okay, same thing, super fine pen. Seems to be a pretty good match. I'm not doing anything on the lower lash. Like I said, the eye look is going to be not as strong and crazy because the lips are going to be. Mascara for the more expensive side. This is Prime Lash Lengthening and Volumizing Mascara in black. This one has been a favorite of mine. Works really, really well. I'm not going to do any falsies or anything like that today. So there's a chance I might be doing 2 coats. We'll see. I feel this mascara sort of gives the look of like a classic lash extension. Very wispy, not clumpy. As promised, 1 more coat. Weighing in at 0.5 ounces. Essence, what the fake? Y'all know from my mascara demo, I did use a product by Essence. Top performing mascara. This I hadn't seen before. By Essence, what the fake. It promises volume and length in black. Here we go, yo. Okay, going in for 1 more coat. I would say eye for an eye. The look is just about the same. Super long, dark, separated, full lashes. Man, You guys, I just can't get over the Essence line, especially in the mascara department. They are blowing my mind. How nice is that, right? That's great. It's like another $4 and change mascara. It's craziness. Okay, concealer. On the higher end side, we're going to use Bobbi Brown Intense Skin Serum Concealer. I'll tell you what, trying to get matches in concealer color, whew, that's like next to impossible. That's about as hard as finding an exact match in color for foundation. Sometimes if I like just a little extra concentration in an area, I'll do a couple of dabs and just pat it. All right. The competitor is by e.l.f. It's the Hydrating Camo Concealer. Color-wise, I think we're pretty close. Let's see. Yep. I'm going to use the other side of this brush. Real close. That's great. I mean, literally, aside from the eyebrow pencil color, I don't think my face is going to look so weird today. I may have spoken too soon. We'll see. Wonderful. Not drying. Really great. Okay. You know what's coming next, don't you? On the higher end side, we have Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Powder. Let's set it. On the lower end side, we have e.l.f. HD Powder. I would say the difference between the two is that this one is super white, whereas the Laura Mercier had a slight tint to it. But again, both are considered a translucent powder and both are loose. I like to apply with a puff just to press it in. Helps me cut the shine down. Time for a little contour and highlight. On the higher end side, I have the Smashbox one. It's called the Step by Step Contour Palette. There's this contour brush. So I'm just going to go in with the darker shade, just for a little bit, right in here. I kind of know the placement for my contour. It's like if you put your finger here, it's always a really good trick just to anchor it underneath your cheekbone to help you with positioning so you don't go too low. I like to do a little contour right here and just a tiny, tiny bit up in the forehead. And then I've got a very slender brush just for the nose. Not too much. On the lower end, Makeup Revolution Ultra Contour. Looky there, we have even more contour colors. Shebang! Okay, grabbing a new brush. Color-wise, this one's gonna be really, really, really close. And they're not, exact. Every color is gonna read a little differently. I think balance-wise, it's still gonna seem like there's symmetry there. For a little bit of bronzing, back to the Anastasia Beverly Hills. Smooth Blur Bronzer in Tropical Tan. It's a beautiful, beautiful color. Just like to go just a little bit above. Just kind of warm up the skin because there's nothing warm about it at the moment. Oh my goodness. Okay, my competitor, color-wise, it's not going to be spot on. It's by Makeup Revolution Mega Bronzer in One Cool. I can tell it's got more redness to it. I'm going to use the other side of this brush and kind of tap it in. Yeah, definitely has a little more redness going on. To neutralize some of that, I'm going to use the Powder Puff, just so it's not as red as the other side. Even that one could use a kick of powder. Blush, I almost, at this point, I really don't need blush, but I just want to show you as a comparison because I really, really do believe I found an exact dupe. So there's the iconic NARS Orgasm Blush. It's just like the perfect peachy pink with a little hit of gold in it. I'm just going to do just a tiny, tiny bit up here just so you can see, okay? So you can kind of see that warm glow. And the competitor, another product by Essence. It is called Baked Blush in the color Pretty Peach. I just want you to see this, just so you can see how amazingly close. This is a little bit warmer than this one, but really not all that far off. Using the other side of the brush, kind of riding up high. And it does have that kind of gold essence that the NARS has. Yeah, I mean, that is such a close dupe. I can't even begin. Amazing. Okay, here's where it's going to get interesting. A red lip. So let's start. The red lip that I always use is Dragon Girl by NARS. Love the texture of this. I'm super picky about reds. I do not like a very creamy red. I find that when you go really, really strong with a lipstick color, especially at our age, and you get the lines, these dark colors, and if they're too emollient and have too much moisturizer in them, they just bleed right up. So I try to find a nice satin type of a finish, not full on matte, because that can get too drying. But I have loved this product because it stays put and my lips don't get too dried out, and I'm happy with the pigment and the color. So we're gonna combine that with Urban Decay 24/7 lip pencil in Bad Blood, which I have worn before. So I'm gonna go in. This may look a little weird initially. Okay, here comes the NARS lipstick. It's a very soft and velvety product. I always use a lip brush just to help out with the border and to get the lipstick right on that pencil and create that nice, pretty, defined line. On the lower end side, we have Rimmel Lasting Finish Exaggerate in red. Let's see if these colors come close. Yep. I'd say a pretty close dupe for that Urban Decay. Okay, and a lipstick I'm really excited to try. This is L'Oreal Paris number 300, Le Rouge Paris. I swatched this when I got home on a tissue next to this one, and it looked really close. So let's see. Wow. Either I'm getting really lucky or 11 years at this is paying off. Y'all pick. That is almost an exact match. I can't even. So the real trick is going to be in how these two wear. So now we're going to set it. The high-end side, Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. Lower end side, Makeup Revolution Infinite Mattifying Setting Spray. How do I do this? Oh well, who cares about the hair? Pretty lucky here. Let's take the hair down and get dressed, and then I'm going to check back in with you guys. Well, first I'm going to check in just with the whole look down because I know this is a little strong. And then I'll check in at the end of the day so we can compare how everything held up. Be right back. Okay, well that looks better. Honestly, I'm very shocked. It is so hard to try to color match, and I feel like the makeup fairies just kind of sprinkled their dust because everything has matched perfectly. So at least I won't look bizarre as I make my way through my day today, but I cannot wait to see how these products wear. And I hope to be able to provide as many drugstore dupes as I possibly can for the high performing, higher end products. But let's go on with the day, and I will check back with you guys later tonight. Hello and welcome back to the party. Are you about as shocked as I am? This is the end of a day. You know what we're gonna do? I'm gonna put this camera up in my face. That is the only way you're gonna be able to see the difference. But I know what you're thinking. From back there, you can't even tell a difference. And you know what? Neither can I. Hold on just a second. It's 7:30, by the way. I know my midlifers are laughing because this is about the time we want to get it all off and get ready for bed. It's true. This has been on since late morning, so it has ridden a full day. I have eaten, just finished eating dinner, have not reapplied anything, have not reapplied lipstick, powder, nothing. This is exactly what you saw from earlier today, so let's push in. All right, so here we are. You know how I can tell the difference between the two sides? That brow is more orange. So that's how I know that this side is the less expensive side. But you guys, for real? I mean, were you expecting it to be this similar? I wasn't. I thought there would be way more wear and tear on the least expensive side, and there isn't. I want you to look really, really close. The lips both wore right here on the underside where you eat, but evenly. There is zero difference between the high end and the lower end side, 0. In fact, the only difference that I have noticed, and it's teeny, teeny, tiny, I don't know if you guys are gonna catch it on camera, but there is right here under my eye, there's a little bit of flaking and smudging, and I can't tell if that is from the mascara or the eyeliner. That was on the more expensive side. The least expensive side, nothing. You don't see any smudging, smearing. The eye makeup looks exactly the same. The wear of the eye makeup, the colors, nothing faded more than the other. Mascara, everything looks the same. Concealer looks the same. I just noticed a difference in the color of this side, which was obvious when I was putting on the makeup. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this product and I'm going to go back to the store and I'm going to go one shade deeper and see if I am happier with that. But how did it ride next to the infamous Oxygenetics? You tell me. I mean, it looks great. Everything looks great. I cannot tell a difference. Where would I not splurge? Between the two pencils, I mean, look, Anastasia Beverly Hills is known for her brows. There is just something about the quality of her product that supersedes. So between the pencils, the Anastasia Beverly Hills, phenomenal product. But you guys know I'm a huge NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Wiz pen fan. And that is an excellent product too. It just depends on what it is that you're looking for. In my case, it could just be that the shade was off. That's all. I still think it's a wonderful dupe and substitute. Also, I do love Anastasia's bronzing powder. There is something wonderful about this powder. It has a very soft, almost blurring effect to it. Excellent quality bronzer. Also, it's really, really hard to find the right shade in bronzer. I feel that this shade has enough natural skin. It's got enough yellow in it, which is why I prefer that bronzer over any other. But again, when you're looking at my face, can you tell the difference between all of it? I can't. Nothing settled in the lines. Nothing seems dry or cakey. Nothing separated in oily areas. Nothing, even the makeup setting sprays, no difference. So, wow, I am absolutely thrilled to bring you this review and to let you know you don't have to spend a lot of money to look like you did. You just don't. There are so many wonderful products out there at a great price point where you can feel comfortable and still feel beautiful. And that is what it's all about. We all have our own levels and our own expectations and our own budgets, and we need to be mindful of those and feel like we are operating well within them, especially in this season. So very happy and excited to give you a holiday makeup look that will stand the test of time. You probably won't be wearing it as long as I did today, but I'm glad to tell you that if you are, you can, and it will wear well. Go out, be bold, be blessed, and I will see you next week.